Ladies and gentlemen, life has a way of throwing curveballs when we least expect them. Challenges arise, obstacles stand in the way, and at times it feels like the road ahead is completely blocked. But I'm here to tell you something that can change the way you see every moment of your life. Nothing, and I mean nothing, can stop God's plan for you. Challenges are often misunderstood. When life throws obstacles your way, the immediate reaction might be frustration or even despair. But consider this: every challenge you face is a stepping stone, not a roadblock. Challenges don't exist to derail you from your path, they exist to prepare you for what lies ahead. Think of them as the training ground for your growth. Without resistance, there can be no progress, and without difficulty, there can be no strength. When you encounter a challenge, it's easy to focus on the discomfort, the inconvenience, or the pain it causes. But take a step back and view it through a different lens. That challenge is shaping you into someone stronger, more resilient, and better equipped to handle the opportunities that will come your way. Without those difficult moments, you wouldn't develop the patience, the perseverance, or the perspective needed to thrive. Imagine you're trying to build muscle. To grow stronger, you have to lift weights that feel heavy. Those weights represent the challenges in life. At first, the effort feels overwhelming. Your muscles ache, and you might even think about quitting. But over time, as you push through the discomfort, you become stronger. The very thing that caused you pain becomes the reason you grow. That's how challenges operate. They stretch you, they push you, and they force you to rise to the occasion. Challenges also reveal who you are at your core. When everything is easy, it's simple to be confident and optimistic. But when you're faced with a difficult situation, your true character emerges. Challenges test your faith, your patience, and your determination. They strip away excuses and force you to confront what really matters. And in those moments, you discover strengths you didn't even know you had. It's important to recognize that challenges are not random. They are part of a greater plan designed specifically for your growth. Every setback, every failure, every obstacle is strategically placed to prepare you for something bigger. You may not see the full picture now, but trust that each challenge is a necessary step toward fulfilling your potential. It's like climbing a staircase. You can't skip steps and expect to reach the top. Each step, no matter how difficult, is essential to your progress. Instead of viewing challenges as problems, embrace them as opportunities. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How is this preparing me for the next stage of my journey? Shifting your mindset in this way transforms challenges from burdens into blessings. They become moments of growth rather than moments of defeat. It's also worth noting that challenges are temporary. No storm lasts forever. Even when it feels like you're stuck, remember that this too shall pass. The key is to keep moving forward, even if progress feels slow. Every small step you take through a challenge brings you closer to the other side, and once you're there, you'll look back and realize how much you've grown. Ultimately, challenges are a gift. They may not come wrapped in shiny paper or with a bow on top, but they are gifts nonetheless. They teach you lessons you couldn't learn any other way. They build character, develop resilience, and prepare you for the opportunities that are uniquely yours. So the next time you face a challenge, remember, it's not here to derail you. It's here to prepare you for the incredible journey ahead. Embrace it, learn from it, and trust that it's shaping you into the person you're meant to become. Obstacles are often viewed as setbacks, but they're actually some of the most powerful tools for growth. When we encounter something that stands in our way, our initial instinct might be to fight it, to avoid it, or to feel defeated. However, obstacles aren't there to break us down, they are there to build us up. They are opportunities in disguise, chances to grow, to evolve, and to strengthen our trust in the process of life itself. Every time you face an obstacle, you are being challenged to look beyond the surface. You're being forced to dig deeper within yourself to find the courage, creativity, and resilience you didn't even know you had. Obstacles invite you to rise above your current limitations and discover the full extent of your potential. They remind you that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. In this sense, every obstacle is not a dead end, but a chance for transformation. You can either choose to see it as a burden or embrace it as an opportunity for personal development. One of the most profound aspects of facing obstacles is that they force you to trust the process. When everything is going well, it's easy to believe that you have everything under control. But when faced with a challenge, the truth becomes undeniable. You don't have all the answers, and you can't do everything on your own. It's in these moments of uncertainty that your faith in the journey is tested. Will you continue to move forward even when the path isn't clear? Will you trust that the process of life is unfolding as it should, even if you can't yet see the outcome? Trusting the process doesn't mean passively waiting for things to work out. It means taking action, doing your part, and remaining committed to your goals, even when it seems like nothing is happening. It means letting go of the need to control every single detail and instead believing that there is a greater plan at work. This trust allows you to move through obstacles with a sense of peace, knowing that each challenge you face is an integral part of your journey. Obstacles also teach you the value of persistence. When things get tough, the temptation is to quit or to take shortcuts. But the path of least resistance doesn't lead to growth. Real strength comes from pushing through when every part of you wants to give up. Each time you push past an obstacle, you become stronger, more resilient, and more prepared for the next challenge. The key is not to avoid obstacles, but to develop the mental toughness and determination to face them head on. The more you do this, the more you grow, and the stronger your belief becomes in the process that is unfolding before you. Another critical lesson learned from obstacles is the power of perspective. Sometimes obstacles appear insurmountable, but when you shift your perspective, you begin to see them for what they truly are: stepping stones. Instead of focusing on the difficulty of the situation, focus on the opportunity it brings. Each obstacle is a chance to expand your skill set, refine your character, and build the foundation for the future you desire. By reframing obstacles as opportunities, you can transform frustration into motivation and make the most of the challenges life throws your way. Obstacles also provide clarity. When you encounter resistance, it often forces you to reassess your goals, your methods, and your purpose. You're prompted to reflect on why you started in the first place, what your true intentions are, and whether the current path is the right one. This process of reflection can help you fine-tune your approach and realign your actions with your deeper values and purpose. In this way, obstacles don't just shape your present, they help you refine your future. Finally, it's important to remember that obstacles are temporary. They don't last forever, but the lessons they teach us can last a lifetime. When you come through the other side of an obstacle, you carry with you the wisdom, strength, and resilience that you gain from overcoming it. So instead of resenting the obstacles you face, welcome them as opportunities. They are here to guide you, to push you, and to help you grow into the person you are meant to become. Trust the process, stay committed, and know that every challenge you face is a crucial part of the journey. Faith is a powerful force that transcends what we see with our eyes and hear with our ears. It's the ability to trust in the unseen, to hold fast to a belief that, despite the circumstances around us, something greater is unfolding. Faith means believing in the plan, even when everything around you is telling you to doubt it. It's easy to have faith when things are going well, when everything seems to fall into place effortlessly. But true faith is tested during times of adversity, when the road ahead is unclear, and when you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. When you find yourself in a difficult situation, it's natural to feel overwhelmed or discouraged. The circumstances might appear grim, and the outcome may seem uncertain. But this is where the real power of faith comes in. It is during these times that faith becomes the anchor that keeps you grounded. Faith is what keeps you moving forward when everything around you says stop. It's the belief that even though you can't see the full picture right now, there's a greater purpose unfolding and the plan is working in your favor, even when it seems like nothing is happening. Having faith doesn't mean that you won't face challenges. It doesn't mean that things will always go smoothly or that you'll never experience setbacks. What it does mean is that even in the face of difficulty, you continue to believe in the bigger picture. You understand that the challenges you face are part of the process, part of the journey. Faith gives you the confidence to keep going, even when the results aren't immediate and when the progress seems slow. It allows you to trust that what's meant for you is already in motion, even if you can't see it yet. Faith is also about surrender. It's about letting go of the need to control every aspect of your life. We often want things to happen on our timeline, but life doesn't always work that way. Sometimes the plan unfolds at its own pace, and sometimes that pace is slower than we want it to be. Faith allows you to let go of that need for control and trust that what is meant to happen will happen in its own time. This doesn't mean being passive or giving up. It means actively trusting that the universe, God, or whatever higher power you believe in is guiding you toward what you need, even when it doesn't look the way you expected. When you trust in the plan, you free yourself from the anxiety of having to figure everything out. You stop obsessing over every detail and start living with the belief that you are exactly where you need to be at this moment. It's about accepting that things may not always unfold in the way you anticipated, but they are unfolding as they should. Faith reminds you that even when things don't make sense, the plan is still in motion. There's a bigger picture you might not yet understand, but that doesn't mean it's not there. Faith also teaches you patience. It's easy to become discouraged when things don't happen right away. We live in a world of instant gratification, and it's difficult to remain patient when our desires aren't immediately fulfilled. But faith calls for long-term vision. It's about trusting in the process and knowing that everything will come together at the right time. Just because you can't see the results today doesn't mean the work hasn't been done. Sometimes the seeds of your future are being planted quietly in the background, and they need time to grow. Faith helps you trust that the harvest is coming even when it's not visible yet. Moreover, faith is the belief that you are always supported. It's easy to feel isolated or alone when you're going through tough times. But having faith means understanding that you are never truly alone. You are always connected to something greater than yourself. That connection, whether you view it as God, the universe, or simply the collective energy of life itself, is always working in your favor. Faith reminds you that you are supported in ways you can't always see, and that even when things look dark, there is light ahead. Ultimately, faith is the belief that the plan for your life is unfolding in a way that's greater than you can fully comprehend. It's about trusting the process, even when circumstances seem to suggest otherwise. When you have faith, you're able to stay the course, to keep moving forward, and to remain confident in the knowledge that the plan is already in motion, regardless of the challenges you face. Faith gives you the strength to keep going, the wisdom to trust in the journey, and the peace to let go of the need to control everything. Doubt and fear are two of the most powerful forces that can hold us back from reaching our full potential. They have the ability to stop us in our tracks, cloud our vision, and make us question the very path we are on. But what if I told you that the only thing that can truly delay your journey is your own doubt and fear? These internal forces are often the greatest obstacles we face, and while external challenges are inevitable, how we respond to them is largely determined by the doubts and fears within us. Doubt has a sneaky way of undermining our progress. It starts as a small, innocent thought, what if I can't do this, or what if I'm not good enough? But if allowed to grow, it can quickly erode your confidence and prevent you from taking action. Doubt leads to hesitation, and hesitation is the enemy of progress. When we doubt ourselves, we second-guess our decisions and delay taking the steps necessary to move forward. Every time we question our abilities or our worth, we delay the action that is needed to advance on our journey. The longer we let doubt linger, the longer we remain stuck in place. Fear, too, plays a significant role in delaying our journey. Fear is the natural response to the unknown. It's a feeling that arises when we face something new or unfamiliar, and it can trigger a deep sense of anxiety and avoidance. Fear tells us to stay safe, to stick with what we know, and to avoid taking risks. But here's the truth: growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. It happens when we push past fear and take bold steps into the unknown. Fear can be paralyzing, but when we choose to face it head on, we realize that it's often much smaller than we initially perceived. The more we allow fear to control us, the longer it will take to reach our goals. What's critical to understand is that both doubt and fear are internal barriers. While external circumstances can present challenges, the only thing that can truly hold us back is the way we respond to those challenges. Your journey will be full of ups and downs, twists and turns, but how you handle the doubts and fears that arise along the way will determine how quickly or slowly you progress. If you allow doubt to dictate your actions, you'll find yourself standing still, wondering what could have been. If you let fear control you, you'll miss opportunities for growth, discovery, and success. The key to overcoming doubt and fear is understanding that they don't have the power to stop you unless you give them that power. It's about taking control of your mindset and refusing to let negative thoughts dictate your behavior. Every time doubt creeps in, remind yourself of your strengths, your accomplishments, and your ability to overcome challenges. When fear rises up, take a deep breath and move forward anyway. It's in those moments when you push through your doubt and fear that you gain momentum. Each step you take despite your fear makes it easier to keep going. And each time you challenge your doubt, you build greater self-confidence. It's also important to recognize that doubt and fear often stem from a lack of clarity. When we don't have a clear vision of where we're headed or why we're doing something, it's easy to become uncertain or afraid. But when you have a strong sense of purpose, a clear goal, and a deep belief in your journey, doubt and fear lose their power. They may still try to sneak in, but you'll have the mental and emotional strength to dismiss them and continue forward. You don't have to eliminate all doubt and fear to move forward. It's natural to feel uncertain and anxious at times. What matters is your ability to act despite those feelings. The more you take action, even in the presence of doubt and fear, the more you prove to yourself that they have no control over you. And as you build this resilience, your journey becomes less about overcoming obstacles and more about learning to trust yourself in the process. Ultimately, the only thing that can delay your journey is your own willingness to let doubt and fear dictate your decisions. The world is full of opportunities, and the path to success is there for those who are willing to take it. Don't let your doubts keep you waiting, and don't let fear keep you from moving forward. Your journey is yours to make, and you have everything you need to succeed within you. The sooner you let go of the doubts and fears holding you back, the sooner you'll be able to embrace the incredible possibilities ahead of you. Setbacks are a natural part of life, but they are often misunderstood. Many people view setbacks as failures, as signs that things are going wrong or that they're being punished. The reality is that every setback is part of a greater purpose designed for your good, a stepping stone on the path to something greater. It may not seem like it in the moment, especially when you're deep in the struggle, but when you look back, you will often find that these moments were critical to your growth and success. When setbacks occur, it's easy to feel disheartened. You may feel like the world is against you or like you're taking one step forward and two steps back. But consider this: success is not a straight line. It's a series of peaks and valleys, forward motion and periods of rest. Setbacks, while challenging, provide opportunities for reflection, learning, and ultimately growth. They force you to assess your current position, reevaluate your strategy, and strengthen your resolve. Without setbacks, there would be no room for improvement. Every setback serves a purpose. It can teach you patience, resilience, and the importance of persistence. When things don't go according to plan, you're forced to adapt. You learn new ways to approach problems, find alternative solutions, and develop the mental toughness needed to keep moving forward. It's often in these moments of difficulty that your greatest lessons are learned, lessons that will equip you to handle future challenges with greater ease. Setbacks also build character. It's easy to be optimistic when everything is going well, but how you respond when things go wrong defines your true strength. Do you give up or do you push through? Do you wallow in defeat or do you use the setback as fuel to try again? Your character is shaped by the way you handle adversity, and each time you overcome a setback, you become more resilient, more capable, and more confident in your ability to navigate future challenges. Additionally, setbacks often redirect you toward your true purpose. Sometimes when things don't go as planned, it's because a better opportunity or a different path is waiting for you. Life has a way of guiding you toward what's best for you, even when it doesn't feel that way at the time. A setback may force you to change course, but this change might ultimately be the best thing that ever happened to you. You may find that what seemed like a failure was actually a redirection towards something more aligned with your talents, desires, and greater purpose. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who have never faced setbacks, but those who have learned to embrace them. They understand that every setback is a chance to grow, to improve, and to get closer to their ultimate goal. Success is not about avoiding setbacks, it's about learning to use them to your advantage. It's about maintaining your faith in the process, trusting that every challenge is shaping you into the person you need to be to fulfill your purpose. Think of setbacks as temporary detours rather than dead ends. They are not permanent obstacles, but moments of recalibration. When you look at setbacks through this lens, they lose their power to defeat you. Instead of seeing them as roadblocks, you can see them as essential parts of your journey that are necessary for your development. Moreover, setbacks often push you to take action that you might have avoided or overlooked. They may force you to seek out new knowledge, ask for help, or explore different approaches. This proactive mindset can be incredibly valuable in the long run. Often, it's only through facing setbacks that we truly discover our capabilities and realize what we're truly capable of achieving. Oates' plan is unshakable and unstoppable. It is the force that guides us, shapes us, and propels us toward our purpose. It doesn't matter how many obstacles we face, how difficult the journey may seem, or how many setbacks we encounter, God's plan cannot be derailed. It's easy to lose sight of this truth when the road ahead is unclear or when challenges seem insurmountable. But the truth remains, His plan is always unfolding, and if you trust it fully, you'll see how every moment fits together to bring you closer to the life you are meant to live. One of the most powerful aspects of God's plan is that it is unwavering. Life may be full of uncertainties and unexpected turns, but His plan remains constant. When everything around you feels like it's shifting and changing, His plan is the anchor that holds you steady. Even when you can't see the way forward, trust that the steps you are taking are part of a greater design that will lead you exactly where you need to be. There's comfort in knowing that no matter what happens, God's plan will always prevail. We live in a world where we often try to control every aspect of our lives. We plan, we strategize, we set goals, and we work tirelessly to make things happen. But sometimes, despite our best efforts, things don't go the way we envisioned. That's when doubt creeps in. That's when we start to wonder if maybe we're not on the right path. But here's the thing, God's plan doesn't depend on our timing or our control. It's far bigger and more powerful than anything we could ever plan for ourselves. Trusting in God's plan means surrendering the need to control everything and allowing His wisdom to guide us. It's about having faith that, even when things don't make sense, they are happening for a reason. Trusting fully in God's plan doesn't mean that life will be easy. It doesn't mean that everything will go smoothly or that you won't face hardship or pain. But it does mean that in the midst of the challenges, you can have peace. You can trust that God is leading you through the storm, not leaving you in it. His plan is unshakable because He is unshakable. When the world feels uncertain, His strength provides the stability you need to keep moving forward. An important part of trusting in God's plan is patience. It's easy to grow frustrated when things aren't moving as quickly as we'd like or when the path ahead seems unclear. But trust requires waiting, even when waiting feels difficult. It requires the patience to let go of your own timeline and trust that God's timing is always perfect. The seasons of waiting are never wasted. They are periods of growth, of preparation, of building your resilience and character. Trusting in His plan means recognizing that every moment, even those that feel like delays, is part of the bigger picture. Sometimes the very things that challenge us or make us feel like we are going off track are actually the catalysts that move us toward God's intended path for us. What seems like a setback may be God's way of directing us to something better, something more aligned with our true purpose. Trusting in God's plan means having faith that, even when things don't unfold as we expect, they are still unfolding exactly as they should. The twists and turns, the highs and lows, they are all part of the process, and they are all guiding you toward the life that God has designed for you. It's easy to trust God's plan when things are going well, when everything is aligned and moving in the right direction. But true trust is built in the difficult moments. It's in the moments of uncertainty, doubt, and struggle that our faith is truly tested. It's in those times when we have to choose to trust, even when we can't see the end result. But the beauty of God's plan is that it is not dependent on our understanding. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to know how things will turn out. What matters is your willingness to trust and let God take the lead. By trusting fully in God's plan, you free yourself from the burden of figuring everything out on your own. You stop carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders and allow God to do what only He can do. When you trust in His plan, you stop fighting against the current of life and begin to flow with it. You start to see that even in the challenges, there are blessings, lessons, and opportunities for growth. And when you look back, you'll realize that the times when you trusted the most were the times when you experienced the greatest growth. God's plan is unshakable and unstoppable. Trusting it fully means releasing your fears, doubts, and desires for control and allowing His purpose to unfold. It means believing that, no matter what happens, everything is working together for your good. When you trust in His plan, you are choosing peace over anxiety, faith over doubt, and confidence over fear. In doing so, you position yourself to receive the fullness of the blessings He has prepared for you. Trust God fully, for His plan will never fail you. In conclusion, remember that nothing can stop God's plan for you. Every challenge, setback, and moment of doubt is part of a greater design that leads you toward your true purpose. Trust in the process even when the path is unclear, knowing that God's plan is unshakable and unstoppable. Embrace faith, patience, and resilience, and let go of the need to control every step. When you fully trust in God's timing and guidance, you align yourself with His infinite wisdom, ensuring that you will reach your destiny stronger and more fulfilled than ever before. Keep the faith. God's plan is always for your good.